Yeah, I don't like that bright light on the side. Anyway, let's see how to make this a little better. Okay, I think this is a little better. All right. Hey, good morning, my fabulous people. Good afternoon. If you are in the afternoon, for those of you in Nigeria, I know it's afternoon already. It's 8:32 a.m. here, and it's 3:32 p.m. for you. So thank you so much. Another Monday motivation with Bukola today, and today I decided to go live instead of uploading a recorded video like I used to do with Monday motivation with Bukola. So there is no, excuse me, pre-recorded intro that I always put in. So anyway, today, because one of the reasons why I'm doing live today is the focus of today's topic, which after thinking about it, I thought, oh, it would be good to do this topic today because it's a topic that is going to help every one of us. But first of all, how was your weekend? I hope you had a great weekend. And also, I want to thank all of you who have been inviting your friends to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. And please still continue to invite your friends, especially those of you in Nigeria. Invite your friends to subscribe to the channel, and you and your friend will win something. And please, when your friend subscribes, aside from writing here that you were referred, you referred them to the channel, please tell them to follow through on the next steps to redeem their prize and also your own prize for you. It is very, very, very important because some people, once they comment here, they don't do anything, and when they come on Bukola Productions Instagram page, they still don't do what they need to do. So as a result, some people lost their prizes because the time for that prize giveaway passed. And you know that one of the things we do here is timeliness. We have to add timeliness to what we do so that everything can be done in order and everybody can be happy. Otherwise, when it's so chaotic, somebody says 1 month ago, another person now, it can be chaotic. So in order to reduce chaos, please, 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 once your friend subscribe, tell your friend right away to go to Bukola Productions Instagram page and send a direct message with screenshots so that your friend can redeem his or her prize and you can redeem your prize. And I think I want to give a special shout out to, I think it's 3 people. I know for sure. What's that? Yes, it's 3 people. Um, Oluwakemi Morenikeji, I think that's the name. Thank you so much for all the people you've been referring to this channel. Of course, I've been seeing it. So thank you so much. I hope you keep referring your friends. And then there is also Anyide Ahmed. Thank you for referring your friends. And there is also Gbenga Taiwo. Thank you also for referring your friends to subscribe to this channel. Thank you, thank you so much. Anyway, another thing also I would like to take out today is that I think it was was it last Monday, or yeah, I think it was last Monday. I made an announcement that we are going to be at the Abule Egba Mega Trade Fair. We will no longer be going to the Abule Egba Mega Trade Fair. So please don't bother yourself to go look for us at the Abule Egba Mega Trade Fair because we will not be attending that fair as a brand. More details about that will come, later on. But right now, that is all I have. So today's topic, and I'm going to be using information from a website called Unclutterer. I love that, Unclutterer. All right, so 10 things you can do when you don't feel motivated to get stuff done. That is the topic. So have you ever experience, just not feel like working, you don't feel like doing anything, and you have so much work. And then it looks like the work is growing bigger and bigger and bigger, or, excuse me, your work feels like a balloon, like you are blowing air too, and the balloon keeps going. And you know that when you blow air into a balloon, it gets to a stage that oh, this balloon is so hard now. If you blow any more air, it's going to explode. Or you blow one more air and the balloon explodes. Are you at that stage of about to explode, or you have exploded already? you know um every one of us, because of the work we do sometimes, or some of the tasks we're doing, or sometimes it's not even um that our work is so enormous, but sometimes even little things can feel so big, and it can feel like it's so enormous. It's so, like, oh, this is feeling overwhelming. Or you just feel like you don't just feel like doing anything. You don't, you're not just motivated to get anything done. You know, I have you covered today. So, Unclutterer said the number one thing is to start small. When you are feeling like you don't want to do anything, or you don't feel motivated to do your work, you can now like take an inventory of everything you need to do. Like, okay, what are the things you're supposed to do? What are the things you have to do? And then you can look at it and say, okay, this one seems like this is the simplest one among them, or this is the small one among them, or this one is the one that will give me less stress to complete. And that way you can start from that small one, and then gradually start getting things done. Or, before you know it, when you do the first small one, you will feel excited in you that, oh, thank God, that one is done. And then you can take on the next one, and then the next one. For my people in the Yoruba kingdom, yes, Yoruba kingdom, the Yoruba people, we always say that ibi pelebe lati mole je, meaning that, there is this is bean steam bean cake, but they wrap it in the leaf. And the way it's wrapped, when the bean steam bean cake comes out, it kind of goes like in almost like an upward, like a slant, like almost like a triangle. There are different kinds of triangle. I don't know what that, because I'm not really a mathematician, or I'm not a mathematician. So anyway, from the bottom to the top, and the top part is kind of like the biggest part, and then the small from the bottom, that's how you eat that bean cake in the leaf. So it's the same thing here. You start little and you go from there. And then the second one says focus on a mantra. It could be an inspirational quote. What quotes make you feel motivated? For example, as I was thinking about this topic, and I thought that about a quote that can make you feel motivated when you don't feel motivated, is this popular quote, that says winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. So in essence, it means, to become a winner, you do not quit. No matter what challenge you face in the process of getting there, you don't quit. You keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. So winners don't quit. And that could be a quote that you will have in your mind to play again and again when you feel overwhelmed, or when you feel like you are not motivated to do anything, or you are not motivated to continue. Perhaps you started a project, and the project is not done yet, and you're just stuck, and you're like, oh Lord, I'm stuck. Why do I continue with this? Where do I go from here? So, that is a quote that can keep you going. And the next one is think with the end in mind. Think with the end in mind. Like, what do you want to achieve from that task you are dreading to work on? Or let's say, on a good day like this, you wake up and you don't just feel like doing anything. You don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like, and thinking about the end in mind is, okay, if you go to work, what will happen? If you go to work, of course you'll get paid. So you might use your pay as your motivation, like, oh, wait a minute, oh, hey, if I go to this work today, I will bring pay home. Or, oh, if I go to do this today, I will bring a reward back. And sometimes it might not be monetary reward immediately. It might be some kind of reward, like, oh, satisfactory reward. It could be, oh, wait, if I go to do this, I could come back home, feeling accomplished, like I have done something. So that could be the end that you will have. So look at the end and use that as your motivator to keep going when you don't feel motivated. The next one is choose a reward. Choose a reward, meaning, excuse me, let's say you get this task done. You can give yourself a reward, like, oh, I'm proud of myself, or I'll give myself a treat, or I will do this to myself, or, oh, for completing this task, I'm going to, just go out and treat myself. Or treating yourself might not even be going out. It might be something you could do in the house. So think about how to, like, commend yourself and encourage yourself afterwards. But this time you have to do it from the beginning, like, okay, if I do this, what do I do? It's like, sometimes when people are doing weight loss exercise or program, they say, oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, all the nice stuff sometimes are what you are told not to eat. Like those are the things that, oh, you really like to eat the most. But then when you, let's say for a week, you do all the things that you're supposed to do, then they say reward yourself by, okay, maybe, oh, you go eat a scoop of ice cream, because ice cream is supposed to be one of the food you shouldn't really be eating if you're trying to lose weight. But of course, you've put so much work and energy into it, and you've probably even lost some weight, and to reward yourself for doing that, you eat a scoop of ice cream. And a scoop of ice cream is not a lot, like eating like 3 scoops or 4 or a whole bowl of ice cream. So that is one example of how to choose a reward. Choose a reward for everybody is different. So for somebody who doesn't even like ice cream, will be like, oh no, I don't want no ice cream. I don't like ice cream, or I don't eat ice cream. So you have to think about what you like, what will meet your own need when it comes to reward, and use that to reward yourself. Then the next one is rewrite your list. So rewrite your list, meaning that if you have a list, so for example, sometimes I have a list. I don't know if you can see this. I have a list like this. So okay, let me see how many things I have on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a list, and I have 6 items on my list. So this list, looking at it, if I realize that, oh, it looks like I can't even complete all of this, or this looks overwhelming for me, the thing I always do, I don't necessarily rewrite it, but I kind of mentally rearrange them. So I start from the top and look, okay, does this one feel like is an easier one or a hard one, at that moment for me. If it is, I go to the next one, and I go to the next one, and I compare it, like, okay, is this one harder than this to complete right now or not? And then I choose the one that I feel, oh, this one I can quickly do this one right now, and I will do it. And then once I finish, I tick it off. And that way, when you rewrite your list, either you rewrite it by writing it out, or you rewrite it mentally as you are trying to complete the task. It helps you to do your work. It helps you to keep going and feel motivated, because once you do the first one, you'll be like, oh, thank God, that one is done. And then you'll be motivated to do the next one and the next one and the next one. So rewriting your list can be very helpful when you don't feel motivated. Then another one, the number 6 one, is do something else. Do something else. So when you feel like you are overwhelmed or you don't feel motivated, you can just, like, I call it check out, meaning mentally, because at that time it could be that you have mental fatigue. And trust me, sometimes, people will say, oh, when you sleep and wake up you feel refreshed. Sometimes you sleep and wake up and you don't feel refreshed. Has it ever happened to you? Depending on the amount of workload on you, or amount of things, hard things you are processing at the same time. It's like a machine, because that's where our brain is. It's working like a machine. So depending on how much things we are processing at the same time, you might sleep and wake up and don't feel like you've even slept. You feel like you've not even slept at all. Or you wake up and you feel like it's what you felt the way you were going to bed, instead of waking up and feeling, oh, I'm so refreshed, I'm ready to conquer the world. So when that is happening to you, just do something else. Sometimes the something else you could do could just be, switch completely from work mode to play mode. Play mode sometimes can be watch TV. You can turn on the TV and thank God for YouTube videos. You can watch YouTube videos. You can just do something different, or you can even just pick a random book and start reading, to kind of put your mind off of all the things that your brain is trying to process at the same time, that is making you feel less motivated. So let's move on, because our time is running up here. So the number 7 one this person also suggests is exercise. So exercise, of course, exercise is good. Yeah. Exercise. So exercise can really help to keep us motivated. Sometimes you could just take a walk. Walking is a form of exercise, and I didn't know that walking can really be beneficial until I took an online walking class, and I saw how beneficial walking can be. So walking is a form of exercise, and you could take a walk. You could take a walk. Some people do what they call yoga. If you're a yoga person, my own yoga is when I'm praying. That's my yoga. But some people we rather go take a mat and go do their own thing. So you can do that, or you can take a walk. That is another form of doing exercise. And exercise, you can use music for your exercise. You can play music and dance. That is another form of exercise. And before you know it, your mind will become clear, and you can become motivated again. Then the 8th one is organize your workspace. Perhaps, as it happened to you, that especially for those people who do desk work, if you have a desk where you work on the computer, excuse me, you deal with a lot of papers, you might find out that you have a lot of papers on your table, files upon files, or documents upon documents. Some of them could be trash, some of them could be important document, and you're so, they've piled up, and then it's looking daunting to you, because you're like, oh, you can't just push everything into the garbage, because you know that among those papers that piled up are important documents, as much as there are some that are just trash. You pick them up and throw in the trash. So what you could do could be just take your mind off of work, just focus on clearing your work area and just clear it. And it might not be, if you don't do paperwork, it could be excuse me, it could be something like sewing. I know some of you here sew. So your sewing station, excuse me, does it have a lot of, you know, wasted fabrics, like the ones you've cut out and cut out and cut out and just threw in a place, or they've piled up so much, you're like, oh Lord, this is a lot of fabric. What do you do with this? And you might realize that even in that pile of, leftovers, there are some fabric that you might still want to use, because it's more than a yard, or it's about a yard, and you're like, oh, a yard can still do something, or 2 yards can still do something, but they're among those little ones like this size or less, and everything is just kind of, excuse me, put together and a pile, and it's feeling overwhelmed. So it could be just organizing that will help you feel motivated again to go back to your work mode. And then the ninth one is listen to uplifting music. you know this is so good. I love music. If you're a music lover, you know sometimes that's what I do personally. I just play music. Sometimes, it depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I would just feel like I want to hear a specific musician, and I will look for that specific musician's song on YouTube and listen. And sometimes I don't have any specific musician in mind. I just have a specific song and I would play it. Sometimes I don't have a specific song at all. I just feel like I just want to hear, you know, music. And I just put music on YouTube, and it does help. So that could be very helpful to you too, by playing music online and listening to music. That could help you to be motivated again. And then the other one, the last but not the least, which is the 10th one, is call a friend. You see, the power of relationship. Relationship is such a powerful bond. And I will say, or I've always said it, that is how we are created. Remember, for those of us who are Christians, I don't know if this is said in Quran or in other other book that some other people might be using, about how the world was created. I don't even know if scientists have anything, but how the world was created. God said, let's create man, and he created man in his image. But then, guess what? God found out that the man was lonely, and he said, oh, let's create a helpmate for this man. And he created a woman from the man. So God created two people from, one person, basically. What does that mean? That means part of our life is incomplete without companionship, without friendship. So sometimes that could be what will help us when we are in situations where we don't feel motivated. Has it happened to you before that you are not even feeling motivated to do anything, and then a friend calls around that time, and you started chatting, and all of a sudden you are happy, you are bubbling, you're ready to conquer the world? Or you just feel like, let me even call this my friend, and you call that friend, or it could be a family member, my sister, my mom, my aunt, my dad, my uncle, whoever, you call, and after talking to the person, you feel like, wow, you are ready to conquer the world. That is the power of human relationship. So use that when you don't feel motivated, when you feel like, oh, you don't even feel like doing anything at all. You don't feel like doing anything. Call someone. And thank God now there are different ways we can call people. For some, now there is WhatsApp, there is Facebook. You can use Facebook to call somebody. You can even do video call. It's so interesting. Recently I did a video call with a friend and was showing him the snow. Even it was snowing. One time he called me and it was video called me and it was snowing, and I was showing him. I said, see, oh, it's snowing like crazy and we are going slow. Was like, what is that snow all over? I said, yes, it's it's snow all over. So as we're talking about snow, talking about different things, it's kind of really nice. So sometimes talking about things that don't relate to work with a friend can really, help your mind. It can really help you to feel motivated again and get back to work and knock things off and get work going. So this week, I want to encourage you to, use one of these 10 tips here. Whenever you feel like you don't want to do anything or you don't feel motivated, I want you to try one of the 10 lists provided by Unclutterer here and use it. And this website is called unclutterer.com. I will put it in the description when this video is done. So thank you so much. I hope to see you on another Monday Motivation with Bukola. Mind you, this Friday is Dear Bukola, so don't miss it. Dear Bukola, our hilarious show is coming back on Friday. I hope to see you on Friday on Dear Bukola. Have a nice day and God bless you. Bye bye.